whereby it's okay to sodomize young boys, it's okay to rape girls, it's okay to make Ugandan slaves under the 1% of those bastards who have taken over the richness of our country. People power. Our power. We send a clear message that no stone will never be we have to make sure that Museveni pays for the crime he has committed against Ugandans. Museveni and his first family, they have to pay for the crimes they have committed against Ugandans. An example of our brother Mufumbira, who is in prison for saying enough is enough, Museveni must go, is languishing in prison just because he's opposing Museveni. The wife, she has to die, and today he was refused bail to go and bury his beloved wife. Museveni will pay for all these crimes. Museveni and your family are going to pay for all these crimes. We as Ugandans will never forget and will never forgive you. People power. Our power. The same crimes you committed on Ugandans, the same crimes you committed on our elected President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, will never forgive you. Coming back now to why we are standing outside the Foreign Office and CommonWealth. I repeat again, we are standing outside the Epstein class. This is the Epstein class. People who support rapists, people who support murderers, people who support child abuse. That's where we are today. We can tell them in the eyes that yes, the UK stands with the brutal dictators around the world. Museveni, an example, they've supported him, facilitated him, enabled him to rule over Uganda by the iron fist, by Ugandans being murdered, by women being raped, by children being sodomized under the Epstein class. Shame on you. Shame on the UK. Shame on the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We are the victim of the foreign police of the UK. We are here because of the foreign policy of the UK government, supporting dictators around the world. And when we come here for our lives, they call us foreigners. We are not foreigners. We need to look at the root causes of why we are here. It's because of the foreign policy of the UK government that they stand and support the brutal dictators around the world. And we are the victim. We should be the people complaining. We should be the people asking why the UK still stands with the brutal dictators around the world. People power. Our power. Anything. Everywhere. Thank you. Everybody, where are you? The mic is waiting for you. But before Vanessa takes over the mic, we need to pray for our sister, Edith, who passed away. We've been waiting for the well-known madam to give us a special prayer to our sister who passed us. Please. What? We missed it. Our power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. Our power. People power. Our power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. 2 days back, 3 days.
We are here at the third moment. We are here with emotion. We are here. Stop. This comrade is not of time. But because Museveni has ruled for 40 years, he free election, and he is fighting with me. He is fighting with Museveni. So Museveni is a shame on the side. Museveni
We are from Uganda, and today, as we stand in front of the Foreign Office and Commonwealth offices in the UK, the reason being that Uganda was colonized by the UK. And that's why today we are here on two themes today. The first one is we want to pray for is in intensive care and it needs to be treated. Our sister, she was suffering from a very serious illness, but to say the least, right now, the wife of the brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda, she was airlifted to America, Atlanta, Georgia, where she is receiving advanced treatment, while in Uganda, Ugandans cannot even afford a £1 paracetamol. But this is a country, Uganda, which receives a £1 billion from the UK every year, and that money is being used to facilitate, to enable the brutal dictator to stay in power for more than enough. This is a junta who has been in power for over 41 years today and being supported financially by the UK, militarily by the UK, and this is the Epstein class. I want to go back and explain what the Epstein class means. We all know what the Epstein class means, really. And when I talk about the Epstein class, this is where we are standing. These gangs, they belong to Epstein class. We all know how nasty, how notorious Epstein, the name when you say Epstein, means to the people of the world, and mainly the people in America, but including the UK. The Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs and the Minister for Africa, Baroness, that they belong to the Epstein family. It's real. It's true. These are the ruling class who don't think about the poor people, who pay their taxes, who want to live like the way how they live. But because they belong to the Epstein class, they will not allow us to live a decent life. And as we stand today here, we want to send and to pray for our sister Edith, who left us, and we are really in pain. We want to send our condolences to the people of Uganda and to the family of Edith, including our comrade Waiswa Mufumbira, who is in prison, who won't have the chance to go and bury his wife. And this is to do with this office where we are standing today. They've supported, they've enabled, they've facilitated dictatorship in Uganda in the name of business. And as we stand, we ask our Lord, who is looking at us, to look after our sister, our wife, our comrade, Edith Mufumbiro, that you went so fast, but that is our journey. We don't know when our day will come, but we pray to the Lord that may He grant you a paradise. May He enlighten, enlarge your grave. To the people of Uganda and the family of Mufumbira, we are very sorry, and we send our condolences from the UK. Thank you very much. Amen.
Start. Bucket.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
We are Ugandans today who have taken off time from work
Yes.
to come and raise our concerns in front of the Foreign Office and the Commonwealth.
Yes.
The UK colonized Uganda and is now coming 63 years since we gained our independence from the UK. But the 62 years gone, 80% of those years, 42 years, we've been ruled by a dictator by the name of Museveni, who has been in power for the last 42 years. And the UK, the mother of democracy, the mother of human rights, they still stand with this nasty, brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni. 42 years does not represent democracy. 42 years does not represent democracy or human rights anywhere in the world. I'll give you a simple example. We have Maduro in Venezuela. He was removed, arrested by the American, supported by the UK, that he was a dictator, having served only 13 years in power, which I believe he was a dictator. But Museveni, who is 42 years in power, killing Ugandans, not only Ugandans, but killing Sudanese, killing Southern Sudan, now is in DRC in the name of M23. Still, the Foreign Secretary, Yvette Cooper, and Baroness Chapman, they are quiet. They are carrying out business as usual in Uganda, while Ugandans are being sodomized, raped. That's why I call them the Epstein class. They belong to the Epstein class because we know very well that that is what Epstein stands for. They are so powerful, they are so rich, and they are all over in every institution. You go down street, you go down to our parliament, 80% of them, they belong to Epstein family. Either Labour or Conservative. They belong to the Epstein family, I repeat. And this is the gangs we are dealing with. No wonder they are silent on Uganda. No wonder why they are still facilitating, enabling the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. The UK stands to be the main pillar, the structural pillar of dictatorship in Uganda. Ugandans are being raped. Men are being sodomized. Women are being murdered. Men are being killed. And the UK is silent because of Ugandans' mineral resources. Uganda sits on the largest depots of gold in the world. And because of that, the UK is silent. The UK is silent because they are robbing the mineral resources of Uganda in the name of business. We've been here several times to complain about why the UK still stands with the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. The answer they give to us is, we have business in Uganda and we cannot jeopardize our business with Museveni. You can imagine, they take blood money, they take blood gold from Uganda in the name of the business. Shame on the UK. This is our start to the demonstration. This is an introduction that we are going to be here today to try and highlight that the Epstein family in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and CommonWealth, they are not fit for purpose. We know very well that the Epstein family has taken over the world, and Britain one of them. The so-called ministers here, they used to dine with the Epstein. They had communication with the Epstein. They behave like Epstein. They enable the brutal dictator in Uganda to rape, sodomize young kids, and that's the Epstein class. The Epstein class has taken over politics in our country, and is a shame. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. It's the injustice we are here for. It's the unfairness we are dealing with this Ayatollah Khomeini of Iran, until the American came out to take him out. But they hide it. Today now, they are calling how bad he was. But they've been supporting him. No wonder why they are not on the front line there, fighting the bastard out of power. Because they are losing a lot. And this is the double standard. You talk about democracy, human rights, you won't get no foreigners in this country because we won't be here, but we happen to be the victim of the Foreign Office policy of the UK that today we are standing here. People power, our power. I said and I repeat again, we are from Uganda. We've been here over 35 years, some of us 40 years, some of us 20 years. We love this country, but still we want to go back home. We want to go back to Uganda, but we can't go back to Uganda because of the double standard of the UK foreign policy regarding Uganda. The UK, as I said before, they support Museveni, a brutal dictator. I don't know the pastors, where are you coming from, Romania or Hungary? This man, time for Ceausescu in Romania, he was in power. 42 years of dictatorship in Uganda, being supported by the UK government through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and CommonWealth. That's why today we are standing here to condemn their actions, that enough is enough. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Hello, these are the African community living abroad in UK. The people you see here are from Uganda, and most of them are from the working class. They took a day to be here and demonstrate against the bad leadership in Uganda. I'll start off by saying Uganda is a rotten country. Uganda needs a reset button. If it's a telephone, we need to reset the system back to 1970s. Uganda is so rotten that the junta in Uganda has been in power for 40 years and he's still talking as if he's going to be there another 40 years. Uganda is so rotten that his wife can't be treated from Uganda. He has to fly the wife abroad. That's how Uganda is rotten. No minister of the junta in Uganda has ever been treated in Uganda. Uganda is so rotten. Uganda gets aid from here, £1 billion that goes to waste. In the hospitals in Uganda, there is no surgical gloves, no Panadol, no beds. Uganda is the only country I know that has acute beds, only 200 for 50 million people. Uganda is so rotten that the whole country has only about less than 10 ambulances. How come a population of 15 million has only less than 10 ambulances? You can't area bigger than Britain. Uganda is so rotten that even why Britain trains, it trains the army and the police, and guess what they do? They torture Ugandans. They teach them torture skills. Guantanamo Bay style. That's what your man goes to train, arm, and equip them with equipment that tortures Ugandans. And that's the junta who has been in power for the last 40 years. You don't care. He's been elected and reelected 7 times. He's winning all the time. Imagine, this is a fellow who's in power since Margaret Thatcher. Most of you looking at me, did see Margaret Thatcher. Yes, we've had 13 prime ministers in UK. We still have one junta, Museveni, ruling Uganda. That's how unfortunate we've been. People of Margaret Thatcher has come, everybody has come and ruled. Boris Johnson has gone. They still Museveni. They started building the Eurotunnel while Museveni was in power. They finished it. Now it's been serving for over 5 years. Museveni, the guilt of Uganda, is still in Uganda. Uganda is a police state, a military state, where abductions, balance, mention it. It's worse than Russia. It's worse living in Uganda, out of living in Afghanistan or Venezuela, than live in Uganda. It's a state police, it's a military police. Abductions are the order of the day. It's so corrupt that the money that comes from abroad, the grants from the United States, all go to the corrupt leaders. Museveni left Uganda, the junta is so corrupt that in a hospital in Uganda, you don't get a mattress on the bed. That's how bad it is. Leave alone the beds in hospital. There's no setting the best thing in the hospital. There's no setting beds. And then we get £1 billion to help and alleviate that conditions. But Uganda is so corrupt. The only currency the junta of Uganda, Museveni knows, is corruption. It's so corrupt that him and his family are billionaires. You can't believe Museveni is $15 billion rich. He's the second richest man in Africa. That's Museveni, the junta of Uganda. And UK still provides him money. Have you ever seen the president elected 8 times again and again? He's been in power for 41 years. You people looking at me. We've never seen another leader. All my working life, he's been in power, and yet UK keeps funding the junta. All we are asking, stop funding the junta. We are the opposition. We are not asking for his money. We are asking him to stop funding the legal state of Museveni. You funded the police, you funded the army, and they torture us, they kill us, they maim us, they rape our sisters, they sodomize our brothers. Uganda stop funding, and you just got promotions, CommonWealth minister. You go there and shake hands with the brother Museveni of Uganda, and that's what you keep doing. New Zealand, you're part of that. You keep funding the junta in Uganda. So stop funding the junta. We can take him on. You thought Maduro of Venezuela has taken on only 30 years. The junta in Uganda has been for 40 years. You thought Maduro is corrupt. He only had a few $2 billion in the bank. Museveni has $15 billion. Now get into election. When he came in power in 41 years ago, there were schools. Now there are no schools. Everybody has to go to his own age. There are no public service. There's no fire engines. Uganda has no fire services. When a house catches fire, it's you run and get away from the fire. There's nothing to get out of the fire. But the police are so corrupt, and the police come from one tribe, and their nepotism is the order of the day. So when we tell you stop funding open, stop paying for a democratic rule, stop him. He's gone to the media. He's not allowing anything to go on in Uganda. The junta in Uganda are so bad that every money that comes in is shared between his family. He is the junta Museveni of Uganda. The wife is minister for education and sports. She's never done a military, and then she's a sports minister. She's never gone to school, and she's the education minister. You keep finding Uganda. You want us for accountability. Nobody does good news in Uganda, yet you keep finding him. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. As we hear, I think my colleague has already explained what Uganda as a brutal dictator looks
again. He's been in power for 41
to make the world know that Uganda is not safe under this brutal dictator. And we are calling on those the so-called Epstein class who have enslaved us, who have supported, enabled, facilitated the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni, to murder, to maim, to torture, to kidnap, to rape, to sodomize Ugandans for the last 42 years under the watch of the UK government because of the foreign policy of the UK government against Uganda. They've supported the brutal dictator for the last 42 years.
Yes.
They facilitated our torture for the last 42 years.
Oh, no.
They've enabled the brutal dictator to rape Ugandans for the last 42 years. And that's why today as Ugandans, we've called time off work to come and camp outside the UK Foreign Office and Commonwealth, Uganda being a member of the Commonwealth. We are calling on the silence of the UK government that is killing Ugandans. The silence by the UK government is murdering Ugandans. We want to make it clear that the training of military thugs from Uganda, they have been trained to murder, to torture, to rape Ugandans. They are all trained in Sandhurst. They are all Sandhurst trained, the best military academy in the world. Has come to be the torture for Ugandans. Has come to be the rapist center for Ugandans. And that's why we call it the Epstein class. We know what Epstein is. He sodomized and raped young kids. He was so powerful. He has done with the president and prime minister and ministers. And this is the class we are talking about today. That Ugandans are being raped. Ugandans are being sodomized. Is the Epstein class style that they have to make sure that Ugandans don't have a say. We are calling on the foreign office to stand with Ugandans and not business. And they tell us that they work with the brutal dictator in Uganda because of the business interest in Uganda. What is the business interest in Uganda? It's our diamond. It's our gold, it's our oil. Those are the business interests set down by the Foreign Office and Commonwealth Office. Shame on the UK, shame on the Commonwealth Office, shame on the Foreign Office, shame on Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary and the Minister for Africa, Barnes Chapman, who have decided to make sure that Ugandans suffer under this brutal dictator. £1 billion goes to Uganda every year without accountability. It's only in Uganda where we don't have no hospitals, where we don't have no schools, where we don't have no roads. As we stand here today now, the wife of the brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda, she is in America to seek advanced treatment. But Ugandans in Uganda, they cannot even afford the £1 paracetamol. The local hospitals in Uganda don't have even surgical gloves after 42 years of funding by the UK government. Now, we ask ourselves, £1 billion goes to Uganda. The brutal dictator right now, the watch is in Michigan, seeking medical tourism. What of the local Ugandans who cannot afford a paracetamol? Are they going to be flown to America for treatment? No. This is what we are talking about. A man who is building prisons and schools. A man who is building prisons and hospitals. A man who is building desperate chambers. There are men and women are being sodomized. We are the victim of this bad dictator Museveni of Uganda. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't be that the UK supports dictators around the world, and mainly Museveni of Uganda. And when we come here for our lives, they call us foreigners. What are the root causes of us coming to this country? Because of the UK foreign policy. Stand with dictators, let us run away, let us come here and do all the other jobs which the British can do. They sweep roads, we are nurses in hospitals, we are cleaners, and that's what they want us to do. We call on the UK government to stand with the 50 million Ugandans in condemning the brutal dictator Museveni. Museveni is not the future of Uganda. Museveni is leading Uganda to the graveyard. He's 86 years old, and he wants to rule us another 20 years. Listen, he's the president. The wife, she's the Minister of Education, is you don't have more schools in Uganda. The brother is Minister for Finance. The son, you see the picture here, the army commander. And that is the democracy in Uganda. Being supported by the UK, who claims to be the mother of democracy and the mother of human rights. Still, the UK stands behind this notorious brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. Shame on the UK. Shame on the UK. Shame on the UK. We are calling on the UK to wake up. We are calling on Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary. She is sleeping on duty. We are calling on Barnes Chapman, the Minister for Africa, to wake up. Put Ugandans next first than business. We know it's a cast to have oil and diamond and gold. That is why Ugandans are suffering, because our mineral resources are being looted on free will. And that's why the UK stands supporting the brutal dictator for the last 42 years. We have been told, and we know very well, that the UK used to be the mother of democracy and human rights. What happened? How can they be supporting the brutal dictator Museveni for 42 years? That is our question. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Uganda is rotten to the core. Uganda is a rotten state under this brutal dictator. Ugandans cannot afford even a paracetamol. You go to the hospitals in Uganda rotten. They don't have even a surgical glove. We don't have nothing. What we call The public service sector is dead under this brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. But you get £1 billion being sent to Uganda every year from the UK. $1 billion US goes to Uganda every day. 280 million come from Europe to Uganda. But still Uganda is the poorest country under this brutal dictator Museveni, the junta of Uganda. This Uganda is a begging basket under this brutal dictator. You cannot be talking about development when you are talking with 86-year-old bastards. How to use that language? The Minister of Finance is giving a financial year report. The old man is sleeping, and that is Uganda for you. People power, higher power, LP, everywhere. Thank you. We are here to expose this brutal nasty dictator Museveni, the junta of Uganda. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks for listening. The people see here are Ugandans. We are Ugandans living abroad. We've had the dictator for the last 41 years. We've never taken a leader since Margaret Thatcher. We've had the same leader. You built the Euro It's celebrating over 50, 30 years. We still have the same person. You had 13 prime ministers. Yet Uganda has not changed. It's been elected the 7th or 8th time. That's the dictator we have. The dictator in Uganda is so bad. We don't have public service. We don't have emergency service. Imagine living in a country that has no fire engine. We don't have emergency services. When your house catches fire, run as fast as you can. There's nothing to put out the fire. There is no ambulance. Everyone is home. Otherwise, they leave you not to go. Because how bad has got Uganda. Education is the. There is no education service. Yet the dictator of Uganda, Museveni, has his wife as the Minister of Education. She never finished primary 7. She's the Minister of Education. She now has the Minister of Sports. She can't run the meter. Now she's languishing in hospital. She's on her deathbed, yet she goes abroad for medical tourism. She's been there because they didn't build the hospitals. She was flown out to be treated medical tourism. Yet the dictator in Uganda has built 4 prisons in 40 years. He's never built a hospital. UK gives the dictator £1 billion. He's never accounted for this. Yet the dictator builds prisons, and you think that's how the money should be spent. UK taxpayers know that the dictator Museveni of Uganda has never cared about your money, because the leaders here don't want to accountability. All they do is keep funding him. The torture chambers in Uganda. The torture chambers in Uganda are a nuisance. The torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst. They take people in Sandhurst to kill us. Stop it. They train the people to torture us in Sandhurst, and that's why the torture chambers are modeled on Sandhurst. All the officers in the army and the police are trained in Sandhurst, and that's a contribution from Britain. You pay for our torture, our mining, our melting. This is all done on this model of torture, and the officers and the army officers and the police are trained, dressed up, given loot, the desert killers. All come from Britain. As we stand here, we are not beggars. The people who sit behind me here are professionals. I'm a professional. Even some of us are semi-skilled. But what we ask you is not funds. Stop funding for our death. Stop funding the dictator. That's why we are here at CommonWealth, to tell you, stop funding the dictator. We can take him. Hey, Kunga Uganda. Kunga Uganda. Kunga Kyagulanyi. Kunga Bobi Wine. Now, if it's not enough, Uganda has modern day prisons, and it doesn't have modern day hospitals. There are no hospital beds in Uganda. The money you give to Uganda's grants goes to prisons. He cares about imprisoning us than care about the medical health. That's how your money translates in Uganda. He has more political prisoners than patients, because in Uganda, when you get sick, that's a sure deal, you're going to die. Even his wife, when she tripped and fell, she's been taken abroad on taxpayers' money. The private jet that flew her out was British grant, 50 million from Britain. The junta of Uganda, Museveni, used that money to buy a Gulf Stream, and the same Gulf Stream flies him and the family to go for medical tourism, for education tourism, and all sorts of privileges. The Ugandans, the 50 million, all are very poor because the junta in Uganda, Museveni, has misused the funds, and the problem emanates from here. No accountability, no knowing where the money goes. But you still train his army and police to waterboard us, torture us, kill us, and do all sorts of evil. We wish you don't give the taxpayer. That money would better be used in UK than send that money to Uganda. Uganda, junta Museveni is in his 41st year being a ruler in Uganda. No UK government has ever questioned why he is winning what he calls winning, but I call it selection of every year, every 5 years he's selected back, not elected back. And nobody questions this. The first guy, he said he won the elections. It was a selection, and he never celebrated that. He's trying to put up a strong face and show that he is a good leader. A good leader sees Margaret Thatcher. How imagine Britain you still have Margaret Thatcher ruling you? This is an over 90-year-old man still ruling Uganda, and you think that's a rule? That's the leader. So, Britain, stop funding that dictator in Uganda, Museveni. He's never been good. He's never done anything good. Nothing has come to goodness.
People power, our power. We are talking about the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni. That as we are the Ugandans today, we are in mourning of our sister Edith, who departed from us not because she wanted, but because Uganda is a failed state. It failed her medically. This is somebody who was suffering, who was in Uganda, the so-called referral hospital, whereby the doctor would have wanted to help, but they were using the surgical gloves. There are no paracetamols for painkiller. Morphine is a being in Uganda. When you talk about morphine, is a being in Uganda. So Ugandans are left by in pain. That's the pain our sister Edith went through. Not because she wanted, but we have a failed state which is being supported, facilitated, financed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Yvette Cooper and the so-called Burns Chapman, that they take business before Ugandans' lives. Uganda receives, as my colleague said, £1 billion a year. Where that £1 billion goes, it goes into armory, it goes into buying tear gas, it goes into buying arms to silence the opposition who are condemning that this old man Museveni should leave power and let the elected president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu take over the reins of this brutal dictator. A country which is under this brutal dictator, a failed country for the last 42 years, a country with no working hospitals, a country with no schools, a country with no roads, a country with no democracy and respect of human rights. Uganda, we are talking about Uganda. Uganda is a country which is built at Epstein class. The Epstein class starts from where we are standing, where we are. That is where the Epstein class starts from, and goes all the way to Uganda. This is the Epstein class we are talking about, whereby it's okay to sodomize young boys, it's okay to rape girls, it's okay to make Ugandan slaves under the 1% of those bastards who are taking over the richness of our country. People power, our power. We send a clear message that no stone will never be unturned. We have to make sure that Museveni pays for the crime he has committed against Ugandans. Museveni and his first family, they have to pay for the crimes that committed against Ugandans. An example of Brother Mufondera, who is in prison. For saying enough is enough. Museveni must go. He's languishing in prison just because he's opposing Museveni. The wife she has to die, and today he was refused bail to go and bury his beloved wife. Museveni will pay for all these crimes. Museveni and your family are going to pay for all these crimes. We as Ugandans will never forget and will never forgive you. People power, our power. The same crime you committed on Ugandans, the same crimes you committed on our elected President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, we will never forgive you. Coming back now while we are standing outside the Foreign Office and CommonWealth. I repeat again, we are standing outside the Epstein class. This is the Epstein class. People who support rapists, people who support murderers, people who support all the abuse. That's where we are today. We can tell them in their eyes that yes, the UK stands with the brutal dictator around the world. Museveni is an example. They've supported him, facilitated him, enabled him to rule over Uganda by the armed fist, by Uganda being murdered, by women being raped, by children being sodomized under the Epstein class. Shame on you. Shame on the UK. Shame on the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We are the victim of the foreign policy of the UK. We are here because of the foreign policy of the UK government, supporting dictators around the world. And when it comes to our lives, they call us foreigners. We are not foreigners. We need to look at the root causes of why we are here. It's because of the foreign policy of the UK government that they stand and support the brutal dictators around the world. And we are the victims. We should be the people complaining. We should be the people asking why the UK still stands with the brutal dictators around the world. People power, our power, anything, everywhere. Thank you. But I swear you, the mic is waiting for you. But before, Valis takes over the mic, we need to pray for our sister, Edith, who passed away. We've been waiting for the one-and-only Madam to give us a special prayer to our sister who passed us. Please. What? Would that be okay? People power.
We missed it.
Our power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. Our power. People power. Our power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. 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 Everywhere.
We are here today. We contact you. You have a comment. Keep Wi-Fi to play.
2 days back, 3 days. Pas vous savez bien que.
We are here to start moving. We are here with emotion. We are here to celebrate an afternoon. Because we lost a comrade. This comrade will not have died. But because Museveni has ruled for 40 years, he's made the election and he is fighting with him. He is fighting with Museveni. Museveni is a chairman of the world.
the British can do. We sweep roads, we are nurses in hospitals, we are cleaners, and that's what they want us to do. We call on the UK government to stand with the 50 million Ugandans. You go to the hospitals in Uganda rotten, they don't have even a surgical glove. We don't have nothing. What we call the public service sector is dead under this brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. But you get £1 billion being sent to Uganda every year from the UK. $1 billion goes to Uganda every day. 180 million come from Europe to Uganda. But still Uganda is the poorest country under this brutal dictator Museveni, the Duke of Uganda. This Uganda is a begging basket under this brutal dictator. You cannot be talking about development when you are talking with 86-year-old bastard, sorry to use that language. The Minister of Finance is giving a financial report. The man is sleeping, and that is Uganda for you. People power, our power, MLP, everywhere. Thank you. We are here to expose this brutal nasty dictator Museveni, the Duke of Uganda. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks for listening. The people see here are Ugandans. We are Ugandans living abroad. We've had a dictator for the last 41 years. We've never taken a leader since Margaret Thatcher. We've had the same leader. You got the Yotano. It's happened over 50, 30 years. We still have the same person. You had the 10 prime ministers, yet Uganda has not changed. We elected the 7th or 8th time. That's the dictator we have. The dictator in Uganda is so bad. We don't have public service. We don't have emergency service. Imagine living in a country that has no fire engine. We don't have emergency services. When your house catches fire, run as fast as you can. There's nothing to put on the fire. There is no ambulances. Everyone is his own. Otherwise, they leave you to hospital. Because how bad it has got Uganda. Education is the. There isn't any education service. Yet the dictator of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, has his wife as the Minister of Education. She's never been Yoweri Museveni. She's the Minister of Education. She never was as the Minister of Sports. She can't run a meter. Now she's languishing in hospital. She's an abuse bed, yet she was abroad for medical tourism. She's being there because they didn't build the hospitals. She was found out to be treated medical tourism. Yet the dictator in Uganda has built 4 prisons in 40 years. He's never built a hospital. You can't give the dictator £1 billion. You've never counted for this. Yet the dictator builds just prisons, and you think that's how your money should be spent. UK taxpayers know that the dictator Museveni of Uganda has never cared about your money because the leaders here don't want accountability. All they do is keep funding him. The torture chambers in Uganda, the torture chambers in Uganda are a nuisance. The torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst to kill us. They train the people to torture us in Sandhurst, and that's why the torture chambers are modeled on Sandhurst. All the officers in the army and the police are trained in Sandhurst, and that's a contribution from Britain. You pay for our torture, our meaning, our raping. This is all done on this model of torture, and the officers and the army officers and the police are trained, dressed up, given boots, the guns, the killers, all come from Britain. As we stand here, we are not beggars. The people you see behind me here are professionals. I'm a professional. Even some of us are same-skilled. But what we ask you is not funds. Stop fighting for our death. Stop fighting the dictator. That's why we are here at CommonWealth, to tell you, stop fighting the dictator. We can take him on. The problem is you keep providing funds, and that enables the dictator to stay in power. The dictator has captured us using Sandhurst training. He uses the same boots, he uses the same uniform, the guns, the pickup, the anthrax, and the other bits come from UK. And you call that grant? The grant that tortures Ugandans, grant that tortures that. Waterboarding is all done by UK taxpayers' money. We ask you one thing: stop funding the dictator. We can take him on. NUP, everywhere. NUP, Kunga Uganda, Kunga Uganda, Kunga Kyagulanyi, Kunga Bobi Wine. Now, if it's not enough, Uganda has modern day prisons, and it doesn't have modern day hospitals. There are no hospital beds in Uganda. The money you give to Uganda's banks goes to prisons. He cares about your prisoners and care about your medical health. That's how the money translates in Uganda. He has more political prisoners than patients, because in Uganda, when you get sick, that's a sure deal, you're going to die. Even his wife, when she tripped and fell, she's been taken abroad on taxpayers' money. The private theater that threw her out was British grant, 50 million for Britain. The Duke of Uganda 7 used that money to buy a girl's stream. And the sender stream flies him and the family to go for medical tourism, for education tourism, and all sorts of privileges. The Ugandans, the 50 million, all are very poor because the junta Uganda Museveni has misused the funds, and the problem emanates from here. No accountability, no knowing where the money goes. But you still train his army and police to waterboard us, torture us, kill us, and do all sorts of evil. We wish you don't give it a that money would better be used in UK than send that money to Uganda. Uganda junta Museveni is in his 41st year being a ruler in Uganda. No UK government has ever questioned why he is winning what he calls winning by a section of every year, every 5 years, he's elected back, not elected back. And nobody tells this. 15th July, he said he won the election. He was a section, and he never celebrated that. He's trying to put up a strong face and show that he is a good leader. A good leader since Margaret Thatcher. How imagine Britain, you still have Margaret Thatcher ruling you. This is an over 90-year-old man still ruling Uganda, and you think that's a rule, that's a leader. So Britain, stop funding that dictator Uganda. He's never been good. He's never done anything good. Nothing has come to do goodness. Take it off.
People power, power, power. We are talking about the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni. That as we are the Ugandans today, we are in mourning of our sister Edith, who departed from us not because she wanted, but because Uganda is a failed state. It failed her medically. This is somebody who was suffering, who was in the so-called referral hospital, where the doctors would have wanted to help, but they were using the surgical gloves. There are no paracetamols for painkiller. Morphine is a dream in Uganda. When you talk about morphine, it's a dream in Uganda. So Ugandans are left to die in pain. That's the pain our sister Edith went through. Not because she wanted, but we have a failed state which is being supported, facilitated, financed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and David Cooper, and the so-called Brian Chapman, that they take business before Ugandans' lives. Uganda receives, as my colleagues say, £1 billion a year. Where that £1 billion goes? It goes into armory, it goes into buying tear gas, it goes into buying arms to silence the opposition who are condemning that this old man Museveni should leap her and let the elected president of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu take over the reins of this brutal dictator. A country which is under this brutal dictator, a failed country for the last 42 years, a country with no working hospitals, a country with no schools, a country with no roads, a country with no democracy and respect for human rights. Uganda, we are talking about Uganda. Uganda is a country which is being ruled by Epstein class. This Epstein class starts from where we are standing, where we are. That is where the Epstein class starts from, and goes all the way to Uganda. This is the Epstein class we are talking about, whereby it's okay to sodomize young boys, it's okay to rape girls, it's okay to make Ugandan slaves under the 1% of those bastards who have taken over the richness of our country. People power, our power. We send a clear message that no stone will ever be, and we have to make sure that Museveni pays for the crime he has committed against Ugandans. Museveni and his first family, they have to pay for the crimes they have committed against Ugandans. An example of our brother Mufumba, who is in prison for saying enough is enough. Museveni must go. He's languishing in prison just because he's opposing Museveni. The wife has died, and today he was refused bail to come bury his loved wife. Museveni will pay for all these crimes. Museveni and your family will pay for all these crimes. We as Ugandans will never forget and will never forgive you. People power, our power. The same crimes you committed on Ugandans, the same crimes you committed on our elected president of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, we will never forgive you. Coming back now to where we are standing outside the Foreign Office and CommonWealth. I repeat again, we are standing outside the Epstein class. This is the Epstein class. People who support rapists, people who support murderers, people who support child abuse. That's where we are today. We can tell them in the eyes that yes, the UK stands with the brutal dictators around the world. Museveni an example. They have supported him, facilitated him, enabled him to rule over Uganda, but the aunties, by Ugandans being murdered, by women being raped, by children being sodomized, under the Epstein class. Shame on you. Shame on the UK. Shame on the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We are the victim of the foreign policy of the UK. We are here because of the foreign policy of the UK government, supporting dictators around the world. And when it comes to our lives, they call us foreigners. We are not foreigners. We need to look at the root causes of why we are here. It's because of the foreign policy of the UK government that they stand and support the brutal dictators around the world. And we are the victim. We should be the people complaining. We should be the people asking why the UK still stands with the brutal dictators around the world. People power, our power, anything, everywhere. Thank you. Others follow you. The mic is waiting for you. But before, when I take over the mic, we need to pray for our sister, Edith, who passed away. We've been waiting for the one only madam to give us a special prayer to our sister who passed us. Please. Our power, people power, everywhere. Then you pray. Our power, people power.
Those the so-called Epstein class who have enslaved us, who have supported, enabled, facilitated the brutal dictator of Uganda Museveni to murder, to maim, to torture, to kidnap, to rape, to sodomize Ugandans for the last 42 years under the watch of the UK government because of the foreign policy of the UK government against Uganda. They have supported the brutal dictator for the last 42 years. Yes. They facilitated our torture for the last 42 years. They've enabled the brutal dictator to rape Uganda for the last 42 years. And that's why today Ugandans, we come to the flock to come and camp outside
The UK Foreign Office at Commonwealth, Uganda being a member of the Commonwealth. We are calling on the silence of the UK government that is killing Ugandans. The silence by the UK government is murdering Ugandans. We want to make it clear that the training and military force from Uganda, they have been trained to murder, to torture, to rape Ugandans. They are all trained in Sandhurst. The whole Sandhurst trained the best people academy in the world, has taught me the torture for Ugandans, has taught me the rapist center for Ugandans, and that's why we call it the Epstein class. We know what Epstein is. He's a man that raped young kids. He was so powerful. He has died with presidents and prime ministers and ministers. And this is the class we are talking about today. That Ugandans have been raped, Ugandans have been traumatized. Is Epstein class style that they have to make sure that Ugandans don't have a say. We are calling on the Foreign Office to stand with Ugandans and not business. And they tell us that they work with the Brutal dictator in Uganda because of the business interest in Uganda. What is the business interest in Uganda? It's our diamond. It's our gold, it's our oil. Those are the business interests set by the Foreign Office and CommonWealth Office. Shame on the UK, shame on the CommonWealth Office, shame on the Foreign Office, shame on Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary and the Minister for Africa, Barnes Chapman, who have decided to make sure that Ugandans suffer under this brutal dictator. 1 billion pounds goes to Uganda every year with no accountability. It's only in Uganda where we don't have no hospitals, where we don't have no schools, where we don't have no roads. As we stand here today now, the wife of the brutal dictator of Uganda, she is in America to seek advanced treatment. But Ugandans in Uganda, they cannot even afford a £1 per ECMO. The local hospitals in Uganda don't have even 5 programs after 42 years of funding by the UK government. Now, we ask ourselves, 1 billion pounds to Uganda. The brutal dictator right now, the watch is in Michigan, seeking medical tourism. What of the local Ugandans who cannot afford a paracetamol? Are they going to be flown to America for treatment? No. This is what we are talking about. A man who is building prisons and schools. A man who is building prisons and hospitals. A man who is building detention chambers. There are men and women are being sodomized. We are the victim of this bloody dictator of Uganda. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't be that the UK supports dictators around the world and many in the state of Uganda. And when we come here for life, they are foreigners. Not as the root cause of the West coming to this country. Because of the UK foreign policy. Standing the dictators, let us run away, let us come here and do all the jobs which the British can do. We see folks, we are not in hospitals, we are cleaners, and that's what they want us to do. We call on the UK government to stand with the 50 million Ugandans in condemning the brutal dictator Museveni. Museveni is not the future of Uganda. Museveni is leading Uganda to the graveyard. He's 86 years old, and he wants to rule us for another 20 years. Listen, he's the president, the Russian Minister of Education, they don't have no schools in Uganda. The brother is Minister for Finance, the son you see in the picture here, the commander, and that is the local family in Uganda. Being supported by the UK, who claims to be the member of the Democrats and the member of human rights. Still, the UK stands behind this notorious brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. Shame on the UK! Shame on the UK! Shame on the UK! We are calling on the UK to wake up. We are calling on Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary, she's leading duty. We are calling on Barnes Chapman, the Minister for Africa, to wake up, put Ugandans less fast than business. We know it's the cost to have oil and diamond and gold. That is why Ugandans are suffering. Because our mineral resources are being looted on free will. And that's why the UK stands supporting the brutal dictator for the last 42 years. We have been told, and we know very well, that the UK used to be the man of democracy and human rights. What happened? How can they be supporting a brutal dictator Museveni for 42 years? That is our question. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Uganda is rotten to the core. Uganda is a rotten state under this brutal dictator. Ugandans cannot afford even a paracetamol. You go to the hospitals in Uganda rotten, they don't have even a surgical glove. We don't have nothing. What do we call? The public service sector is dead under this brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. But you get £1 billion being sent to Uganda from the UK. $1 billion goes to Uganda every day. 280 million come from Uganda. But still Uganda, the poorest country under this brutal dictator Museveni. The unity of Uganda. This Uganda is a begging basket under this brutal dictator. You cannot be talking about development when you are talking with the 86-year-old bastard, so use that language. The Minister of Finance is giving a financial report. The man is sleeping, and that is Uganda for you. People power, all power, NUP, everywhere. Thank you. We are here to expose this brutal nasty dictator Museveni, the Duke of Uganda. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for listening. The people see here are Ugandans. We are Ugandans speaking abroad. We have the dictator for the last 41 years. We never take the leader since Margaret Thatcher. We have the same leader. You go to the York Channel, we celebrate over there 50 years. We still have the same person. We have 13 prime ministers. Yet Uganda is not dead. We are the second or eighth time. That's the dictator we have. The dictator in Uganda is so bad. We don't have public service. We don't have emergency service. Imagine living in a country that has no fire engine. We don't have emergency services. When your house catches fire, run as fast as you can. There's nothing to put up the fire. There is no ambulance here. Everybody is home. Why is the UK hospital? Because how bad it has got Uganda. Education is big. They're using higher education service. Yet the dictator of Uganda, you're in 7, as if like the Minister of Education. She never finished primary 7. She's the Minister of Education. She never has the Minister of Sports. She can't run a meter. Now she's languishing in hospital. She's on IBS bed. Yet she goes abroad for medical tourism. She's been there because they didn't build the hospitals. She was brought out to be treated medical tourism. Yet the dictator in Uganda has built 4 prisons in 40 years. He's never built a hospital. UK gives the dictator £1 billion. He's never accounted for this. Yet the dictator builds us prisons, and this is the same money should be spent. UK taxpayers know that the dictator Museveni of Uganda has never cared about your money because the leaders here don't want accountability. All they do is keep funding. The torture chambers in Uganda. The torture chambers in Uganda. The torture chambers in Uganda are a nuisance. The torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst to kill us. Stop. They train the people to torture us in Sandhurst.
inside us, and that's why the torture chambers are not inside us. All the officers in the army and the Uganda police are trained inside us, and that's the contribution for Britain. You pay for torture, how many, and raping. This is all done on the of torture, and the officers and the army officers and the police are trained, dressed up, given boots, the girls that cares. All come from Britain. I stand here, we are not beggars. The people who sit behind me are professionals. I'm a professional. Even some of us are same skilled. But what we ask you is not funds. Stop fighting for our death. Stop fighting the dictator. That's why we are here at CommonWealth, to tell you, stop fighting the dictator. We can take him on. The problem is you keep providing funds and funds and funds, and that enables the dictator to stay in power. The dictator has tortured us, using some training. He uses the same boots, he uses the same uniform. The guns, the people of the army trucks, and all the bullets come from UK. And we call that what? The grants that tortures Ugandans, grants that tortures that water body is all done by UK taxpayers' money. We ask you one thing, stop funding the dictator. We can take him on. NUP, everywhere, NUP, Uganda, Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine. Now, if it's not enough, Uganda has modern day prisons, and it doesn't have modern day hospitals. There are no hospital beds in Uganda. The money you give to Uganda's blood goes to prisons. He cares about the prison guards than care about the mental health. That's how the money translates in Uganda. He has more pressure prisoners than patients, because in Uganda, when you get sick, that's a sure deal, you're going to die. Even his wife, when she tripped and fell, she's been taken out road on taxpayers' money. The private plane that flew her out was mismatched, 50 million for Britain. The Duke of Uganda 7 used that money to buy a gas stream, and the same gas stream flies him and the family to go for medical tourism, for education tourism, and all sorts of privileges. The Ugandans, the 50 million, all are very poor, because the Duke of Uganda 7 has misused the funds, and the problem emanates from here. No accountability, no knowing where the money goes. But you still train his army and the police to wake up orders, torture us, kill us, and do all sorts of evil. We wish you don't give the taxpayer that money better be used in UK than send that money to Uganda. Uganda Duke of 7 has is in his state of 41st year being a ruler in Uganda. No UK government has ever questioned why he is winning what he calls winning at the police section of every year, every 5 years he's selected back, not elected back. And nobody questions this. He takes man to send him in elections. He was a selection and he never celebrated that. He's trying to put up his face and show that he is a good leader. A good leader is Margaret Thatcher. How imagine Britain to say that Margaret Thatcher ruling you? This is an over 90-year-old man still ruling Uganda, and he thinks that's a leader. So Britain, stop finding that dictator in Uganda. He's never been good. He's never done anything good. Nothing has come to goodness at all. People power, our power. We are talking about the brutal dictator of Uganda 7. That as we are Ugandans today, we are mourning for our sister Edith, who departed from us, not because she wanted, but because Uganda is a failed state. It failed her medically. This is somebody who was suffering, who was in one of the so-called referral hospital, whereby the doctors would have wanted to help, but they were missing the surgical gloves. There are no paracetamols for painkiller. Morphine is a breeding in Uganda. When you talk about morphine, it's a breeding in Uganda. So Ugandans are left to die in pain. That's the pain our sister Edith went through. Not because she wanted, but we have a failed state which is being facilitated, financed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the so-called Boris Chapman, that they take business between Ugandans' lives. Uganda receives, as my colleague said, £1 billion a year. Where that £1 billion goes? It goes into armory, it goes into buying tear gas, it goes into buying arms to silence the opposition who are condemning that this old man Museveni should leave her and let the elected President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu get over the reins of this brutal dictator. A country which is under this brutal dictator, a failed country for the last 42 years, a country with no working hospitals, a country with no schools, a country with no roads, a country with no democracy and respect for human rights. Uganda, we are talking about Uganda. Uganda is a country which is dealing with the esteemed class. The esteemed class stands for where we are standing. Where we are, that is where the esteemed class starts from, and goes all the way to Uganda. This is the esteemed class we are talking about, whereby it's okay to submerge young boys, it's okay to rape cows, it's okay to make Ugandan slaves, and the 1% of those monsters who are taking over the richness of our country. People power, our power. We send a clear message that no stone will never be, and we have to make sure that Museveni pays for the crimes that committed against Ugandans. Museveni and his first family, they have to pay for the crimes that committed against Ugandans. An example of our brother Mufugula, who is in prison for saying enough is enough. Museveni must go. He's languishing in prison just because he's opposing Museveni. The wife has died, and today he was refused bail to go and buy his black wife. Museveni will pay for all these crimes. Museveni and your family are going to pay for all these crimes. We as Ugandans will never forget and will never forgive you. People power, our power. The same crimes you committed on Ugandans, the same crimes you committed on our elected President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu will never forgive you. Coming back now to why we are standing outside the Foreign Office and CommonWealth. I repeat again, we are standing outside the Epstein class. This is the Epstein class. People who support rapists, people who support murderers, people who support cyber abuse. That's why we are today. We can tell them in the eyes that yes, the UK stands with the brutal dictators around the world. Museveni, an example, they've supported him, facilitated him, enabled him to rule over Uganda by the iron fist, by women being murdered, by women being raped, by children being sodomized, under the Epstein class. Shame on you. Shame on the UK. Shame on the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We are the victim of the same policy of the UK. We are here because of the same policy of the UK government, supporting dictators around the world. And when we come to our lives, they call us foreigners. We are not foreigners. We need to look at the root causes of why we are here. It's because of the foreign policy of the UK government that they stand and support the brutal dictators around the world. And we are the victim. We should be the people complaining. We should be the people asking why the UK still stands with the brutal dictators around the world. People power, our power, in UK, everywhere. Thank you. What else are you? The mic is waiting for you. But before, by the steps over the mic, we need to pray for our sister. Edith, who passed away. We've been waiting for the one-only madam to give us a special prayer to our sister who passed us. Please. Our power, people power, everywhere. And you pray. Our power, people power, our power, people power, everywhere. And you pray, and you pray, and you pray, everywhere. 2 days back, 3 days.
And we are calling on those so-called Epstein class who have enslaved us, who have supported, enabled, facilitated the brutal dictator of Uganda, Museveni, to murder, to maim, to torture, to kidnap, to rape, to sodomize Ugandans for the last 42 years under the watch of the UK government because of the foreign policy of the UK government against Uganda. They've supported the brutal dictator for the last 42 years.
Yes.
They facilitated the torture for the last 42 years. They've enabled the brutal dictator to rape Ugandans for the last 42 years. And that's why today as Ugandans, we've got time of work to come and camp outside the UK Foreign Office and Commonwealth, Uganda being a member of the Commonwealth. We are calling on the silence of the UK government that is killing Ugandans. The silence by the UK government is murdering Ugandans. We want to make it clear that the training of military thugs from Uganda, they are being trained to murder, to torture, to rape Ugandans. They are all trained in Sandhurst. The Sandhurst trained the best military academy in the world, has turned to be the torture for Ugandans, has turned to be the rapist center for Ugandans, and that's why we call it the Epstein class. We know what Epstein is. He sodomized and raped young kids. He was so powerful. He has done with the presidents and prime ministers and ministers. And this is the class we are talking about today. That Ugandans are being raped. Ugandans are being sodomized. It's the Epstein class style that they have to make sure that Ugandans don't have a say. We are calling on the Foreign Office to stand with Ugandans and not business. And they tell us that they are working with the brutal dictator in Uganda because of their business interest in Uganda. What is the business interest in Uganda? It's our diamond, it's our gold, it's our oil. Those are the business interests set down by the Foreign Office and Commonwealth Office. Shame on the UK, shame on the Commonwealth Office, shame on the Foreign Office, shame on Yvette Cooper, the Defense Secretary and the Minister for Africa, Barnes Chapman, who have decided to make sure that Ugandans serve under this brutal dictator. 1 million pounds Uganda for your accountability. It's only in Uganda where we don't have no hospitals, where we don't have no schools, where we don't have no roads. As we stand here today now, the wife of the brutal dictator of Uganda, she is in America to take advanced treatment. But Ugandans in Uganda, they are collecting afford £1 per section. The local hospitals in Uganda don't have even said out loud after 42 years of funding by the UK government. Now, we ask ourselves, 1 billion pounds to Uganda. The brutal dictator right now is in Michigan, seeking medical tourism. What of the local Ugandans who cannot afford a paracetamol are going to be sent to America for treatment? No, this is what we are talking about. A man who is building prisons and schools, a man who is building prisons and hospitals, a man who is building destitute chambers where men and women are being sodomized. We are the victims of this dictator of Uganda. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't here that the UK supports dictators around the world and many in the of Uganda. And when we come here for alliance, they come as foreigners. What are the root causes of us coming to this country? Because of the UK foreign policy. Stand with the dictators, let us run away, let us come here and do all the jobs, wait, which can do. The secrets, we are nurses in hospitals, we are cleaners, and that's what they want us to do. We call on the UK government to stand with the 50 million Ugandans in condemning the brutal dictator Museveni. Museveni is not the future of Uganda. Museveni is leaving Ugandans with the graveyard. He's 86 years old, and he's wants to rule us for another 20 years. Listen, here's the president, the National Minister of Education, they don't have no schools in Uganda. The brother is Minister for Finance, the son is, you see the picture, the commander, and that's the Democrats from Uganda. These are protected by the UK. We claim to be the member of the Americans and not of human rights. Still, the UK stands behind this notorious brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. Shame on the UK. Shame on the UK. Shame on the UK. We are calling the UK to wake up. We are calling Yvette Cooper, the Defense Secretary, she's leaving duty. We are calling Barnes Chapman, the Minister for Africa, to wake up. Put Ugandans less fast than business. We know it's a cast to have oil and diamond and gold. That is why Ugandans are suffering. Because our resources have been looted and free will. And that's why the UK stands supporting the brutal dictator for the last 42 years. We have been told, and we know very well, that the UK used to be the man of democracy and human rights. What happened? How can they be supporting the brutal dictator Museveni for 42 years? That is our question. People power, our power, in the UK, everywhere. Uganda is rated to the core. Uganda is a rotten state under this brutal dictator. Ugandans cannot afford even a paracetamol. You put hospitals in Uganda are rotten.
Museveni of Uganda. But you get £1 billion being sent to Uganda from the UK. $1 billion US dollars goes to Uganda every day. 280 million come from you to Uganda. You are still Uganda, the poorest country under this brutal dictator Museveni, the Duke of Uganda. This Uganda is a very bastard under this brutal dictator. You cannot be talking about development when you are talking to the 86-year-old bastard. So use that language. The Minister of Finance is doing a financial report. The old man is sleeping, and that is Uganda for you. People power, our power, everywhere, everywhere. Thank you. We are here to expose this brutal nasty dictator Museveni, the Duke of Uganda. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for listening. The people see are Ugandans. We are Ugandans living abroad. We have the dictator for the last 41 years. We never take the leader since Margaret Thatcher. We had the same leader. You don't say your channel. It's happening over there 50 years. We still have the same person. We had the chief ministers. Yet Uganda has not changed. You see, the 7th or 8th time. That's the dictator we have. The dictator in Uganda is so bad. We don't have public service. We don't have emergency service. Imagine living in a country that has no fire engine. We don't have emergency services. When your house catches fire, run as fast as you can. You have to put out the fire. There is no ambulance here. Everybody is home. Otherwise, if you don't know, because how bad has got Uganda. Education is the. There isn't any education service. Yet the dictator of Uganda, you are Museveni, as if I was the minister of education. She never finished primary 7. She's the minister of education. She never has the minister of sports. She can't run a meter. Now she's languishing in hospital. She's an address bed. Yet she goes abroad for medical tourism. She's been there because they didn't build the hospitals. She was thrown out to be treated medical tourism. Yes, the dictator in Uganda has built 4 prisons in 40 years. He's never built a hospital. UK gives the dictator £1 billion. He's never counted for this. Yes, the dictator builds those prisons, and you think that's how the money should be spent. UK taxpayers know that the dictator Museveni of Uganda has never cared about your money because the leaders here don't want accountability. All they do is keep funding him. The torture chambers in Uganda, the torture chambers in Uganda are a nuisance. The torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst to kill us. They train the people to torture us in Sandhurst, and that's why the torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. All of these as the army and the police are trained in Sandhurst, and that's the contribution from Britain. You pay for torture, are winning, are raping. This is all done on this way of torture, and the officers and the army officers and the police are trained, dressed up, given boots, the girls that kill us. All come from Britain. As you said here, we are not beggars. The people sitting here are professionals. I'm a professional. Even some of us are sensitive. But what we ask you is not funds. Stop funding for death. Stop funding the dictator. That's why we're here at CommonWealth to tell you, stop funding the dictator. We can take him on. The problem is you keep providing funds and funds and funds, and that enables the dictator to stay in power. The dictator has tortured us using some training. He uses the same boots, he uses the same uniform, the guns, the pick up the army trucks, and now the bullets come from UK. And you call that grant that tortures Ugandans, grant that tortures us. What body is all done by UK taxpayers' money? We ask you one thing, stop funding the dictator. We can take him on. NUP, everywhere, NUP, Now, if it's not enough, Uganda has modern day prisons, and it doesn't have modern day hospitals. There are no hospitals in Uganda. The money you give to Uganda's blood goes to prisons. He cares about the prison he does, than care about the medical beds. That's how your money translates in Uganda. He has more prisoners than patients, because in Uganda, when you get sick, that's a sure deal, you're going to die. Even his wife, when she tripped and failed, she's been taken abroad. It takes taxpayers' money. The private player flew her out. Was rich grant, 50 million from Britain. The Duke of Uganda 7 used that money to buy a stream, and the same stream flies him and the family to go for medical tourism, for education tourism, and all sorts of privileges. The Ugandans, the 50 million, all are very poor because the Duke of Uganda 7 has misused the funds, and the problem connects from there. No accountability, no knowing where the money goes. But you still train his army and police to wait about us, torture us, kill us, and do all sorts of evil. We wish you don't give the taxpayer that money will be used in UK and send that money to Uganda. Uganda Duke of 7 has is in his for the first year being a ruler in Uganda. No UK government has a question why he is winning what he calls winning, but I call it selection of every year, every 5 years he's selected back, not elected back. And nobody queries this. He gets back to serve in many elections. He was a selection, and he never selected back. He's trying to put up a strong face and show that he is a good leader. A good leader is Margaret Thatcher. How do you imagine Britain is still Margaret Thatcher ruling you? This is an over 90-year-old man still ruling Uganda, and if he has a rule, that's a good leader. So Britain, stop funding that dictator in Uganda. He's never been good. He's never done anything good. Nothing that's come to goodness.
People power, our power. We are talking about the brutal dictator of Uganda Museveni. That as we are Ugandans today, we are in mourning of our sister Edith, who departed from us, not because she wanted, but because Uganda is a failed state. It failed her medically. This is somebody who was suffering, who was in one of the so-called hospital, whereby the doctors would have wanted help, but they were missing on the surgical gloves. There are no paracetamol, the painkiller. Morphine is a drug in Uganda. When you talk about morphine, it's a drug in Uganda. So Ugandans are left to die in pain. But the pain our sister Edith went through, not because she wanted, but we have a failed state which is being supported, facilitated, financed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs under Yvette Cooper and the so-called Boris Chapman, that they take business before Uganda's lives. Uganda receives, as my colleagues say, £1 billion a year. Where that £1 billion goes? It goes into armory, it goes into buying tear gas, it goes into buying arms to silence the opposition who are condemning that this old man Museveni should leave power and let the elected president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu take over the reins of this brutal dictator. A country which is under this brutal dictator, a every country for the last 42 years, a country with no working hospitals, a country with no schools, a country with no roads, a country with no democracy and respect for human rights. Uganda, we are talking about Uganda. Uganda is a country which is built by Epstein class. The Epstein class starts from where we are standing, where we are. That is where the Epstein class starts from and goes all the way to Uganda. This is the Epstein class we are talking about, whereby it's okay to sodomize young boys, it's okay to rape cows, it's okay to make Ugandan slaves under the 1% of those bastards who have taken over the richness of our country. People power, our power. We send a clear message that no stone will never be, and we have to make sure that Museveni pays for the crime he has committed against Ugandans. Museveni and his first family, they have to pay for the crimes that committed against Ugandans. An example of our Ugandan formula, who is in prison for saying enough is enough, Museveni must go. He's languishing in prison just because he's opposing Museveni. The wife has died, and today he was refused bail to go and bury his black wife. Museveni will pay for all these crimes. Museveni and your family are going to pay for all these crimes. We as Ugandans will never forget and will never forgive you. People in power, our power. The same crimes you committed on Ugandans, the same crimes you committed on our elected president of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. We will never forgive you. Come back now to why we are standing outside the same office and CommonWealth. I repeat again, we are standing outside the Epstein class. This is the Epstein class. People who support rapists, people who support murderers, people who support child abuse. That's why we are today. We can tell them in their eyes that yes, the UK stands with the brutal dictators around the world. Museveni, an example, they've supported him, facilitated him, enabled him to rule over Uganda by the iron fist, by women being murdered, by women being raped, by children being sodomized under the Epstein class. Shame on you. Shame on the UK. Shame on the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We are the victim of the same policy of the UK. We are here because of the same policy of the UK government supporting dictators around the world. And when we come to our lives, they call us foreigners. We are not foreigners. We need to look at the root causes of why we are here. It's because of the foreign policy of the UK government that they stand and support the brutal dictators around the world. And we are the victim. We should be the people complaining. We should be the people asking why the UK still stands with the brutal dictators around the world. People power, our power, energy, everywhere. Thank you. Over for you. The mic is waiting for you. But before, pray for the section of the mic. We need to pray for our sister, Edith, who passed away. We've been waiting for the well-known madam to give us a special prayer to our sister who passed us. Please. Power, power, people power, everywhere. NUP, power, power, people power, 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 people power, everywhere. NUP, 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 everywhere. Three days.
Anti aliwa muwala. Because we lost a comrade. This comrade will not have died.
We are here to raise, to make the world know that Uganda is not safe under this brutal dictator. And we are calling on those the so-called Epstein class, who have enslaved us, who have supported, enabled, facilitated the brutal dictator of Uganda Museveni to murder, to maim, to torture, to kidnap, to rape, to sodomize Uganda for the last 42 years under the watch of the UK government because of the foreign policy of the UK government against Uganda. They've supported the brutal dictator for the last 42 years. They facilitated our torture for the last 42 years. They've enabled the brutal dictator to rape Ugandans for the last 42 years. And that's why today Ugandans, we've got to work to come and camp outside the UK Foreign Office and CommonWealth, Uganda being a member of the CommonWealth. We are calling the silence of the UK government that is killing Ugandans. The silence that the UK government is murdering Ugandans. We want to make it clear that the 20 UK flags for Uganda, they have been trained to murder, to torture, to rape Ugandans. They are all trained in Zanzibar. The whole has been the best legal academy in the world. Has come to be the torture for Ugandans. Has come to be the rapist center for Ugandans. And that's why we call it the Epstein class. We know what Epstein is. He's so mad and raping young kids. He was so powerful. He is there with the president and prime minister themselves. And this is the class we are talking about today. That Ugandans have been raped. Ugandans have been sodomized. It's Epstein class style that they have to make sure that Ugandans don't have a say. We are calling the foreign office to stand with the Ugandans and not business. And they tell us that they are working with the brutal dictator in Uganda because of their business interests in Uganda. What is the business interest in Uganda? It's our diamond. It's our gold. It's our oil. Those are the business interests set by the foreign office and CommonWealth office. Shame on the UK. Shame on the CommonWealth office. Shame on the foreign office. Shame on Yvette Cooper, the foreign secretary, the minister for Africa, Donald Stockman, who have decided to make sure that Ugandans suffer under this brutal dictator. 1 million pounds that Uganda every year with no accountability. It's only in Uganda where we don't have no hospitals, where we don't have no schools, where we don't have no roads. As we stand here today now, the wife of the brutal dictator of Uganda, she is in America to seek advanced treatment. But Ugandans in Uganda, they cannot even afford the £1 paracetamol. The local hospitals in Uganda don't even take £5 after 42 years of funding by the UK government. Now, we ask ourselves, 1 billion pounds goes to Uganda. The brutal dictator under the watch is in Michigan, seeking medical tourism. What if the local Ugandans who cannot afford the paracetamol are they going to be flown to America for treatment? No, this is what we are talking about. A man who is building prisons and schools, a man who is building prisons and hospitals, a man who is building the chambers where men and women are being sodomized. We are the victim of this by the dictator Museveni of Uganda. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't be that the UK supports dictators around the world and mainly Museveni of Uganda. And when we come here for lives, they call us foreigners. What are the root causes of us coming to this country? Because of the UK foreign policy. Standing with the dictators, let us run away, let us come here and do all the jobs which the rich can do. We sweep roads, we are nurses in hospitals, we are cleaners, and that's what they want us to do. We call on the UK government to stand with the 50 million Ugandans in condemning the brutal dictator Museveni. Museveni is not the future of Uganda. Museveni is leaving Uganda to the graveyard. He's 86 years old and he's wants to rule us for another 20 years. Listen, he's the president. The Lord Chief Minister of Education don't have no schools in Uganda. The brother is Minister for Finance. The son will soon the Peter Head Commander. And that is the members for me in Uganda. Being supported by the UK. Who claims to be the member of the members and the human rights. Still, the UK stands behind this notorious brutal dictator Museveni of Uganda. Shame on the UK. Shame on the UK. Shame on the UK. We are calling the UK to wake up. We are calling Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary. She's sleeping on duty. We are calling Donald Stockman, the Minister for Africa, to wake up. Put Ugandans next fast than business. We know it's a cast to have oil and diamond and gold. That is why Ugandans are suffering. Because their resources are being looted and free will. And that's why the UK stands supporting the brutal dictator for the last 42 years. We have been told and we know the world that the UK used to be the man of democracy and human rights. What happened? How can they be supporting the brutal dictator Museveni for 42 years? That is our question. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Uganda is working to the
Uganda written. They don't have even a cycle now. We don't have nothing. What do we call the public service sector is dead under this brutal dictator of Uganda. But you get £1 billion being sent to Uganda from the UK. 1 billion US dollars goes to Uganda every day. 280 million come from Europe to Uganda. But still Uganda is the poorest country under this brutal dictator of the Duke of Uganda. This Uganda is a begging basket under this brutal dictator. You cannot be talking about development when you are talking to the elder 6-year-old bastard. Sorry to use that language. The Minister of Finance is doing a financial landfall. The old man is sleeping, and that is Uganda for you. People power, our power, everything, everywhere. Thank you. We are here to expose this brutal nasty dictator of the Duke of Uganda. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for listening. The people see here are Ugandans. We are Ugandans living abroad. We've had the dictator for the last 41 years. We've never taken leader since the Thatcher. We've had the same leader. You built the European law. It's about government 50-30 years. We still have the same person. You have 13 prime ministers. Yet Uganda has not changed. You've been re-elected the second or 8th time. That's the dictator we have. The dictator in Uganda is so bad. We don't have public service. We don't have emergency service. Imagine living in a country that has no fire engine. We don't have emergency services. When your house catches fire, run as fast as you can. You have to put out the fire. There's no ambulances. Everybody is home. Otherwise, if you go to go. Because how bad you go to Uganda. Education is the. There isn't any education service. Yet the dictator of Uganda, UN7, has his wife as the Minister of Education. She never finished UN7. She's the Minister of Education. She never had the Minister of Sports. She can't have a meter. Now she's languishing in hospital. She's on a best bed. Yet she goes abroad for medical tourism. She's been there because they give you the hospitals. She was found out to be treated medical tourism. Yet the dictator in Uganda has built 4 prisons in 30 years. He's never built a hospital. UK gives the dictator £1 billion. He's never counted for this. Yet the dictator builds us prisons and we think that's how we manage to state. UK taxpayers know that the dictator Museveni of Uganda has never cared about your money because the leaders here don't want accountability. All they do is keep funding him. The torture chambers in Uganda. The torture chambers in Uganda. The torture chambers in Uganda are a nuisance. The torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. They train people in Sandhurst. They take people in Sandhurst to kill us. They train the people to torture us in Sandhurst. And that's why the torture chambers are more than Sandhurst. All the officers in the army and the police are trained in Sandhurst. And that's the condition for Britain. You pay for torture. How many? How many? This is not done on this mode of torture. And the officers and the army officers and the police are trained, dressed up, given boots against the killers. All come from Britain. As you stand here, we're not beggars. The people see that in India are professionals. I'm a professional. Even some of us are same-skilled. But what we ask you is not funds. Stop funding for our death. Stop funding the dictator. That's why we're here at CommonWealth to tell you, stop funding the dictator. We can take him on. The problem is you keep providing funds and funds and funds. And that enables the dictator to stay in power. The dictator has teaching us using Sandhurst training. He uses the same books. He uses the same uniforms. The guns, the quicker, the army trucks, and the other bullets come from UK. And you call that branch? The branch that touches Ugandans. Branch that touches that water body is all done by UK taxpayers' money. We ask you one thing. Stop funding the dictator. We can take him on. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Kunga Uganda. Kunga Uganda. Kunga Kyagulanyi. Kunga Bobi Wine. Now, this is not enough. Uganda has modern day prisons and it doesn't have modern day hospitals. There are no hospital beds in Uganda. The money you give Uganda's branch goes to prisons. It cares about prison us than care about the medical health. That's how the money translates in Uganda. He has more medical prisoners than patients. Because in Uganda, when you get sick, that's a sure deal with the die. Even his wife, when she tripped and failed, she's been taken abroad on taxpayers' money. The private plane that flew her out was rich grant, 50 million for Britain. The Duke of Uganda said, use that money to buy a stream. And the same stream, flies him and the family to go for medical tourism, for education tourism, and all sorts of privileges. The Ugandans, the 50 million, all are very poor because the Duke of Uganda has misused the funds and the problem emanates from here. Not only no money goes, but you still train his army and police to water boilers, torture us, kill us, and do all sorts of evil. We wish you don't give the taxpayer that money would be used in UK than send that money to Uganda. Uganda Duke of Museveni is in his photo for the first year being a ruler in Uganda. No UK government has ever questioned why he is winning what he calls winning at the point selection of every year, every 5 years he's selected back, not elected back. And nobody questions this. The next ground, he said he won the election. It was a selection, and he never celebrated that. He's trying to put up his conference and show that he is a good leader. A good leader is like Margaret Thatcher. How do you imagine in Britain you still have Margaret Thatcher ruling you? This is an over 90-year-old man still ruling Uganda, and you think as a ruler, that's a leader. So Britain, stop fighting that dictator in Uganda. He's never been good. He's never done anything good. Nothing has come to goodness at all.
People power, our power. We are talking about the brutal dictator of Uganda 7. That as we are the Ugandans today, we are mourning of our sister Edith, who departed from us, not because she wanted, but because Uganda is a failed state. He failed her medically. This is somebody who was suffering, who was in one of the State Hospital, whereby the doctors would have wanted to help, but they were missing on the surgical gloves. There are no paracetamols for painkiller. Morphine is a drink in Uganda. When you talk about morphine, it's a drink in Uganda. So Ugandans are led to die in pain. Not the pain our sister Edith went through, not because she wanted, but we have a third state which is being supported, facilitated, financed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Cooper and the so-called Barry Chapman. They take business before Ugandans' lives. Uganda receives, as my colleagues say, £1 billion a year. Where that £1 billion goes? It goes into armory. It goes into buying tear gas. It goes into buying arms to silence the opposition who are condemning that this old man Museveni should leave her and let the elected president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu take over the reins of this brutal dictator. A country which is under this brutal dictator, a failed country for the last 32 years, a country with no working hospitals, a country with no schools, a country with no roads, a country with no democracy and respect for human rights. Uganda, we are talking about Uganda. Uganda is a country which is dealing with the Epstein class. The Epstein class comes from where we are standing, where we are. That is where the Epstein class comes from, and goes all the way to Uganda. This is the Epstein class we are talking about, whereby it's okay to sodomize young boys, it's okay to rape girls, it's okay to make Ugandan slaves under the 1% of the persons who are taking over the richness of our country. People power, our power. We send a clear message that no stone will never be, and we have to make sure that Museveni pays for the crimes that committed against Ugandans. Museveni and his first family, they have to pay for the crimes that committed against Ugandans. An example of Brother Museveni, who is in prison for saying enough is enough. Museveni must go. He's languishing in prison just because he's opposing Museveni. The wife she has to die, and today he will refuse bail to bury his bloody wife. Museveni will pay for all these crimes. Museveni and your family are going to pay for all these crimes. We as Ugandans will never forget and will never forgive you. People power, our power. The same crimes you committed in Uganda, the same crimes you committed on our elected president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu will never forgive you. Coming back now to why we are standing outside the front office and CommonWealth. I repeat again, we are standing outside the Epstein class. This is the Epstein class. People who support rapists, people who support murderers, people who support child abuse. That's where we are today. We can tell them in their eyes that yes, the UK stands with the people dictators around the world. They set an example. They supported him, facilitated him, enabled him to rule over Uganda by the iron fist. By Ugandans being murdered, by women being raped, by children being sodomized under the Epstein class. Shame on you. Shame on the UK. Shame on the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We are the victims of the foreign policy of the UK. We are here because of the foreign policy of the UK government, supporting dictators around the world. And when we come here for our life, they call us foreigners. We are not foreigners. We need to look at the root cause of why we are here. It's because of the foreign policy of the UK government that they stand and support the brutal dictators around the world. And we are the victims. We should be the people complaining. We should be the people asking why the UK still stands with the brutal dictators around the world. People power, our power, unity, everywhere. Thank you. Everybody follow you. The mic is waiting for you. But before, for a station of the mic, we need to pray for our sister, Edith, who passed away. We've been waiting for the well-known madam to give us a special prayer to our sister who passed us. Please. Never, Uganda is not safe under this brutal dictator. And our opinion, though the so-called Epstein class, who have enslaved us, who have supported, enabled, facilitated the brutal dictator of Uganda 7, to murder, to maim, to torture, to kidnap, to rape, to sodomize Ugandans for the last 2 years under the watch of the UK government because of the foreign policy of the UK government against Uganda. They supported the brutal dictator for the last 22 years. They facilitated our torture for the last 22 years. They enabled the brutal dictator to rape Ugandans for the last 22 years. And that's why today as Ugandans, we call for this work to come and come outside the UK foreign office and CommonWealth, Uganda being a member of the CommonWealth. We are calling the silence of the UK government that is killing Ugandans. The silence that the UK government is murdering Ugandans. We want to make it clear that the training of military from Uganda, they have been trained to murder, to torture, to rape Ugandans. They are all trained in stand-up. The whole stand has turned the best military academy in the world. Has turned me, the torture for Ugandans. Has turned me, the rapist center for Ugandans. And that's why we call it the Epstein class. We know what Epstein is. He sodomized and raped young kids. He was so powerful. He has burned with presidents and presidents and ministers. And this is the class we are talking about today. That Ugandans have been raped, Ugandans have been sodomized. It's the Epstein class style that they have to make sure that Ugandans don't have the same. We are calling the foreign office to stand with Ugandans and not business. And they tell us that they are working with the brutal dictator in Uganda because of their business interests in Uganda. What is the business interest in Uganda? It's our diamond, it's our gold, it's our oil. Those are the business interests set them by the foreign office and CommonWealth office. Shame on the UK, shame on the CommonWealth office, shame on the foreign office, shame on Yvette Cooper, the foreign secretary, the minister for Africa, Barnes Chapman, who have decided to make sure that Ugandans suffer under this brutal dictator. 1 million pounds goes to Uganda every year with no accountability. It's only in Uganda where we don't have no hospitals, where we don't have no schools, where we don't have no roads. As we stand here today now, the wife of the brutal dictator of Uganda, she is in America to take advanced treatment. But Ugandans in Uganda, they cannot even afford £1 per sector. The local hospitals in Uganda don't have the second plans after 42 years of funding by the UK government. Now, we ask ourselves, £1 billion goes to Uganda. The brutal dictator right now is in Michigan, seeking medical tourism. What of the local Ugandans who cannot afford the paracetamol? Are they going to be flown to America for treatment? No, this is what we are talking about. A man who is building prisons and schools, a man who is building prisons and hospitals, a man who is building destitute chambers where men and women are being sodomized. We are the victims of this dictator from Uganda. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't be that the UK supports dictators around the world and then we will Uganda. And when we come here for our lives, they call us foreigners. What are the root causes of us coming to this country? Because of the UK foreign policy. Standing with the dictators, let us run away, let us come here and do all the jobs which the British can do. We